Who has more to prove now? Is it Jameis or Cam?
I definitely think it's Jameis Winston. I mean, listen, you're the first overall pick in an NFL draft. You've had about 4 or 5 years. I know you've had some troubles. I don't think we should castigate him and excoriate him. He's a young kid. You make mistakes, albeit inexcusable, but you're still playing football. Let's judge him strictly as a football player. He's been an accident waiting to happen. As Ryan Clark has so eloquently pointed out, he walks into every game as arguably the most valuable player for both teams. He could throw 30 touchdowns or he could throw 30 interceptions. He gives new meaning to 30 for 30. Excuse
Stephen
me.
A.
That's
Stephen
a
A.
problem.
Goodness.
Wait, time out though. Stephen
Yes.
A. Stephen A. You know what? Usually, my man, you are right, and I always agree. You said he could throw 30 touchdowns or could throw 30 interceptions.
He did.
That's not true.
He did.
He did do it.
30 for 30.
He did.
Yeah.
Of course, he did. And so my point in saying that is that you're the number 1 overall pick. This is not some dude that was drafted in the 4th round like Dak Prescott, the 6th round like Tom Brady or whatever. There were high aspirations and projections for this kid. And he has come up flagrantly small, albeit in the NFC South where there's been Drew Brees, Cam Newton, Matt Ryan. For the most part, he has religiously been the worst quarterback in his division year after year after year. And something has to give. I think he's the guy that has a lot to prove.
Yeah, I would say this, Stephen A. When we were kids, a 30-30 guy meant Bobby Bonds. That's Barry Bonds' daddy. 30 home runs, 30 stolen bases. That's what 30-30 used to mean. He's a 30-30 guy. Boy, Jameis flipped the script. But I'll say this. Jameis, it's too bad Brett Favre isn't an active player because that's the kind of guy Jameis could be an understudy for and maybe one day figure out how to take risks with a big arm and also be successful. But there is no guy like that. Maybe a guy like Roethlisberger, just a big, strong guy with a big arm. He could back him up, something like that. So I get what you mean by Jameis has a lot to prove. But guys, we know what Jameis is at this point. He's an all-or-nothing, big-arm, big, strong quarterback who's not that accurate down the field and takes stupid chances, right? That's who Jameis is. But, guys, who is Cam Newton? Because Cam Newton was an MVP. Cam Newton had his team in the Super Bowl with a chance to win. I was down on Cam Newton because he didn't jump on that ball. Jump on the ball, Cam. But he had his team in a position to win a Super Bowl, and he was by far really the only offensive player. I mean, apologies, Greg Olsen, but really he was a guy. Didn't have a wideout, didn't have a running game. Doing it by himself, voted by his peers the best player in the game. Guys, he has more to prove. And what it is health. If Cam is healthy, whether or not he's consistently this, in certain years, he's an elite quarterback. If he's healthy, that's the real question. Where is Cam's health? He has more to prove.
RC?
Yeah, I agree with Max. I agree with Max. I think it's Cam. And my reason is I think we've all settled into who Jameis Winston is. I believe that's the reason people aren't knocking down the door right now to get him on their team, to make him their starting quarterback or even their backup at this moment, because we know what type of player he is, what type of player he has been, and he hasn't really progressed from that. He's actually regressed from his first 2 years in the league. But with Cam Newton, there's going to be the first thing. What is his health? How is his shoulder? How is his foot? Is he healthy enough to be a guy that we can count on day in and day out to be present for our team? And then after that, if he is healthy, how good can he still be? We remember the MVP season. We remember 15-1, but we also remember the debacle in the Super Bowl where Von Miller was hunting him every opportunity he got a chance to rush, the interceptions, the fumbles, all of these things in that failure, and then also the post-game press conference. And so we want to see Cam not only be healthy, but can he return to form? And he doesn't have to be MVP Cam, but he needs to be close, because when he is close, he is one of the most fascinating and fun players to watch in this league, and I would love for him to get back to that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.